welcome to another project review. This time we're going to talk about NodeAI, or ticker named GPU. It's a project in the AI/DeepIn niche, and it's a project that has launched in 2023. And I'm invested in it myself, so obviously I think it has a good future ahead. This video is for educational purposes only. Of course, it's not financial advice, but you can make up your own mind after looking at the video. So I've done some extensive research again, and I will show you different sections. I will be showing you the tokenomics, the chart, the actual DApp, the staking protocol that they've built. So let's dive into it. Let's start with the main front page. I will tell you a little bit more about what the project actually does. What's the use case here? So it says here, powering demand for the next generation AI. So the main utility of this project is a GPU rental and lending service. So you can rent out either your GPU computing power through the DApp very fast, directly within minutes. So you can earn money that way. Or if you need computing power, you can rent GPU power all throughout the DApp. I will be showing you the DApp in a minute. First, we will be going over the front page and tell you a little bit more about the project. So we already see some big names here, key infrastructure providers, AMD and NVIDIA, both giants. I would not have to tell you that. So you can instantly launch projects using our extensive range of template, one-click apps, and this is all built into the DApp that I will be showing you in a minute. So this is a further explanation about the DApp on the main page. Yeah, good to know that the payment of your potential earnings are in ETH. So there's no payment of the token. This is really separate. So there's a real utility there. And also staking rewards are going to GPU of people that are staking the GPU token are receiving ETH rewards. So that's real revenue, real rewards. It's very important to note that it's not just token inflation set up in a way that's not there for longevity. It's real rewards built for longevity. All right, so that's a little bit about the front page. I like the design. They have some good branding out there. And let's move on to the CoinMarketCap page. You can see the price right away. It's 31 cents. We can look back at the chart, and it's been we had an all-time high of about 270. So there was some real hype there during that period. It was also not too long, I think only a month or 2 months after launch, when it hit this price. There was a lot of hype around this project. This was also during the AI boom, where almost every AI project was setting crazy all-time highs. So that's more about the background. Then where can you actually trade it? Of course, it's on Ethereum. So Uniswap, the main DEX, is where you can buy it. But they also have a solid exchange, Maxi. So for everybody who wants to simply buy it on the exchange, Maxi is probably one to go. Then they have some smaller exchanges. So they do have a wide area where you can buy the token. But besides that, not really bigger exchanges yet. So that would obviously be great to have more liquidity on other exchanges. I read that they are in the works of getting more listings, but they also require some more volume. So that's something to keep an eye on. But yeah, it's also a $31 million project at the moment. So it's not that big yet. But it would be great to have some more listings around. Then let's move on to Etherscan, and I always check the holders. Do you see something strange there? Is something or is it just looking good? That's what I'm looking for. There's several indicators that you want to look at. First of all, the holder percentage, and then is this what kind of wallet is this? So you don't want a lot of huge holders in the top. That's always very important to look at. And if they are big, you want to know what kind of wallet is this? Is it a cluster of investors, or is it actually other ecosystem related wallets? You can see here, this is a Maxi wallet. So that's no problem. This is a contract wallet as well. And here another Maxi wallet. So I don't see anything strange here, actually. This is the Uniswap pool. And besides that, yeah, the wallets are 1.4 or lower. So it looks like a very good distribution to me. They have a lot of holders here, 36K. So it's a well-known project. And they have a lot of solid holders. And it looks like we have some kind of a floor here. I will show you that later once we hit the charts. Then let's move on to the tokenomics. So we have 100 million tokens, and it was an actual fair launch. I will be also showing that on the detailed chart in a minute. But they launched very low actually, and shot up really fast. It was very parabolic. If you were in this since the first week, it was a great spot to be in. They made some crazy X's, and it's almost always a good sign if a project does a fair launch. They don't have, they don't need a raise here. They launch with utility right away, and so it always gives a good distribution. And I like it when the project does not need to raise a lot of money. Everybody has seen it. There's so many projects that have launched with VC funding. They raised so much, and those VCs have just been dumping on tokens, on token holders repeatedly. There are exceptions, of course, but there's a lot of VC tokens with big raises that have not been doing well at all. So this is a benefit of the project. The same benefit, So in my last review, PAL also had a similar launch. Then they do have a tax on the DEX. So if you're buying on the DEX, be aware of this. They have a 4% tax on buy and sell. And here you see the division. So their portion goes to GPU expansion and maintenance. So goes toward the product. Then 1% marketing. And you also have a revenue share that's going to, 1% is going there. So here's more of the model, how the revenue is shared, and that's all going towards takers that I will be showing you on the dashboard in a minute. So if you don't want to deal with the tax, you can always buy on Maxi. Make sure to look at the price difference there. Sometimes those tax is already calculated, so you're buying at a premium on Maxi. Could be the case. But then, you're not paying any tax. But it could also be that the price is the same. That basically means you have, you're buying at a discount compared to the tax buyers. Then let's move on to the roadmap. Always good and important to see what they're building, what they're working on, and what they're planning to on the future. So there's quite some, goals here in the roadmap. What's not really clear is where they actually are right now. You can see phase 2. This is already live. Rent GPU nodes, lend GPU nodes. This has already been live for quite a while. And then we have phase 3, scaling and innovation. So what I would like to see is more of a timeline in there with quarters, or at least some kind of checkboxes, so you can actually see what's coming next and what they're have been previously already built. Do note there's a lot of projects that do have quite fancy roadmaps, but they don't have actual utility yet. This project has live utility and is the ecosystem is fully working already. So it does not always need to be continuous updates there, but it's good to see where you want to grow to and where you want to expand to. So this is what I would say. Um, yeah, that could improve on doing more, a bit of a timeline and showing what's next. Then let's move on to the dashboard. This is the DApp where you can rent and lend directly, where you also can stake. And I will just be showing you the process and giving you some more information. So it's a very clean looking DApp, um, which it does not take too long to learn. It's quite user friendly. I like the branding, and they have here the map, which is quite cool to see. You can see where the renting and lending takes place. Actually, well, you see exactly a cluster here. You see Europe is fully filled. So yeah, there's quite a lot of popular demand here. Same for the USA. You see, especially yeah, somewhere in the south, which is very interesting. And then we have some scattering around the globe. They have live statistics here. So you see the total amount of nodes, total GPUs. You see the amount of rentals. You see the rental cost and the duration. So that's just very good to see information like this. You want to be seeing, yeah, what are other people paying, how much is it used, and this will be all be updated. You also see the price here, the fully diluted valuation. So it's a clean looking dashboard, and you can also see the latest deployments. Then you have direct templates. For example, do you want to deploy ELISA? These are Stable Diffusion is a well-known platform, and there are other ones on here. And if you want to deploy on there, you can select the data center, so you can select the actual location on here, and you see if there's availability. Here it's not, but if you do any data center, and here you can select the GPU, and you see the availability, you see the price per hour. So it's very transparent, and you can also see upgrading the power here, and you see what it costs. So then you can click proceed to deploy, and you get a very clear overview. The cost for 12 hours will be $45, or credits. You can update your credits in here. I don't have any credits now, but then yeah, you can deploy on these templates. Then here we have the staking dashboard. As I already spoke about, the staking rewards are in ETH. That means the token is not inflationary, but you actually get real rewards from the revenue. So right now it's 14.3%. It used to be a bit higher from what I know, but still it's a great APY if you pull this out over a year. You do need to lock your tokens though. You need to lock them for 30 days, which is not too long for a project that's been established and out there for a while. But yeah, there are always people who simply do not want to lock their tokens. They do have a fee, but yeah, that's quite expensive. So you really want to be keeping your tokens in there if you decide to stake. Once you stake, you can also see your rewards here, and you see here your pending ETH, which you can claim wherever you want. You can also then, if you want, you can of course swap to more GPU and in that way compound it. So it's important, really important, that it's actual revenue and not just inflation of the token. So there's actual, it gives the token extra value when you can earn real money with it. In this case, Ethereum. So this is one of the reasons, yeah, I'm quite bullish on it, because it gives actual value to the token. As you know, there are so many projects out there that do not, that have a token, but they have zero utility or use case for the token. And a lot of those projects are getting punished. And there's new projects out there that do actually have this utility towards the token. And it's just good to see because the projects stand out and it makes it in a way that there's actual value to stake your tokens. Then here we have the lending platform, which you can lend your own node. Also very straightforward, and you can see your payouts here. So if you have strong GPUs, you can also decide to buy multiple and set them up for this reason. And this is a great way, could be a great way to earn passive income. You see here the price per hour. And yeah, this is something you have to look into yourself if this is something that could be of interest of you. If you have capital laying out there and you want to set up another income stream, this could actually be something. You have to, of course, check your electricity cost, the cost of buying the GPU power yourself. And so there are calculations for that. You have to do research if you want to go into this. But this could be a great way. There's a lot of people using it and utilizing it and earning revenue on it. So that was a bit more about the dashboard. Here we have the profile. So you can see some extra information. You can see the balance here. I don't have a balance right now, so you cannot see that. But overall, the DApp is very, has a clear overview. It takes a bit if you're new to all GPU lending and rentals. It takes a little bit to get to understand how it works, but in my opinion, it's quite user friendly. Then they also have docs. So important if you're going that route of lending or rental and you want to use the actual utility and you're not just an investor, it's good to read the docs yourself. Dive into this. It's good to see that they have extensive documentation and they have information about all the utilities there. So I would say look into this and take some time to get to know and understand the ecosystem, and then it will start to make sense. I will put all the links in the description, so you will see the docs. I will put a link to the CoinMarketCap, the Twitter, as always. So you can see for yourself. Then let's move on to an interesting post on X that I found, which brought quite some hype last year. This was during the peak, actually, of the AI bull run we had last year, and also, GPU had a good price then. So this is a picture that's that you really want to have that as a project. Of course, they're in the same business. NVIDIA, the biggest GPU supplier in the whole world, one of the largest companies, if not the largest out there, with a crazy stock valuation, also did massive amounts of profit and valuation on their stock. People who bought NVIDIA years ago, it actually feels like a meme coin. So much gains they have made. And we see here the CEO of GPU. So it's also good to see that he is docs himself. You want to see that in teams. It's just an extra, it's not necessary, but it's just an extra trust factor and to see that they're not afraid to show their faces here. It's a great picture. We don't know what they discussed, but they mentioned here they had a chat here. And so that's, of course, very bullish to be associated with the CEO of NVIDIA, especially since they're in the same niche and GPU is tackling the decentralized market. AI is only going to grow. That's also very important. What you want to know with AI projects that are established and are earning revenue is just going to continue to grow in coming years. It's going to take over many jobs. And so you really want to keep an eye out of projects that are really established already and are continuing to build. Then you also see the pricing here. It's another transparent layer here. You can see the pricing for rentals, and you can then actually deploy, and you move here to the dashboard. So it's very transparent. These are the things you want to know when doing research if you want to lend or rent GPU power. This was the dashboard again. I already showed you that. Um, this is another page that they made and where you compare the cost. This is very important to other centralized large entities. We have Azure, AWS, Google. So yeah, these are huge entities, centralized entities, and NodeAI is of course a decentralized version. So this saves cost. They have ways to save costs in there. So that's very important. There's companies that simply, they want to look at cost. It's important for them. And you can see what you need. You can really select here what you need, and you see the direct cost. And you can see here, it's quite an amount what you're saving. 30% if you save, for this example, if you save $300 a month, it's all going to add up. All right, we've been through most of the project. Then at the end, I'm always going to show you guys the chart, let you know my opinion. Where are we now? First, I wanted to show you this beginning. Look at this parabolic price action here. So they did an actual fair launch, which is great to see. And you actually had some consolidation up here for a few days. So it took a few days before the discovery was there. And once it was discovered, the people that got in here, and if they did not sell, it's very easy to become a big holder, percentage wise. So there's a lot of people in here still that, bought early and they believed in the project and kept holding. Look at this. You see it went to 270, and look at where it started. So those are some crazy X's if you actually been in there. Of course, it always happens. People buy in here, and there's also a lot of people that are gonna sell. Of course, they see some X's, and you never expect it to go this way. They happened. It's even more parabolic than PAL. But both projects share in common that they had the working project, a working utility once they launched already. So that really helps. You want to be looking into those factors once you see a project like this. It doesn't happen often that a project will launch like this and get such a parabolic run. Of course, you see the picture from the NVIDIA conference was actually around March, I think. So this was in the main period where the hype really started to take place. But I also know during that period, there were some big investors like Alex Becker and Luke Belmar were promoting it. And these guys are getting a lot of retail in. Then we had a large consolidation. Of course, alts are not doing well, and GPU is not an exception. We still had a decent run up here in December, but we had quite a dump here. But it could be a good period for DCA. We see a clear, strong support forming here. We actually touched almost 4 times here. So this is quite an area of the month, you would say, around 22 cents. We also have a trend line here going downwards, so it could actually hit that. But ideally, we've been bouncing off here for quite a while, so you don't want to be, getting rejected now becomes resistance, and in some way you want to see progress now. So we retested the lows. It's still 90% down almost. So you don't want to be going under that because it just means you start to lose support of strong holders, long-term holders, when you go under that. So I personally do not think that will happen. I'm quite bullish on it. I think alts are going to get a recovery, and alts like GPU. The ticker is also great. It's also something that people are looking at, and you want to be here you have somewhat of a mid-range. You want to be able to reclaim this, and then you're moving into longer term resistance here around the 55 cents. This is still some resistance, but if you can clear both these areas, you can move up again and you can start pushing towards those highs again. So yeah, that's almost a 10x if in case it goes back. I think it's very doable at this market cap that we have currently. All right, so that's it. The full review of NodeAI GPU. Like I said, I will add all the links in the description. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe. There will be a lot of other project reviews coming up. There's so many good projects out there that need some eyes on them. So I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and then we're moving on to the next one. Wish everybody a good day.